A woman who's aging 8 times faster than the average person is defying all medical expectations. Tiffany, age 41, was diagnosed with progeria while she was in her 20s, making her one of just 156 individuals in the world with the condition. Tiffany is 1 in 50 million. The fact that she's remarkable is due to the fact that children with progeria are often identified in their first 2 years of life and don't live past the age of 12. Although she's believed to be the oldest living person suffering with the crippling ailment, Leon Botha was the longest known survivor at the time of his death at the age of 26. However, this is not considered a medical illness since Linda, who's in her 70s and possesses the gene that causes the ailment, is not considered a patient. She, on the other hand, does not show any signs of the illness. Tiffany's brother, Chad, died from the condition 7 years ago at the age of 39, and the family's concerned that they'll lose Miss Wedekind as well. In addition to tooth decay and hair loss, she also has cardiac difficulties as a result of the disease. She's a little over 4 foot 5 inches tall and weighs 58 pounds, and she's been diagnosed with AIDS. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell to be inspired by these real-life stories on a daily basis. Now, let's return to the story. However, Yoga Fanatic maintains as much of a normal life as possible by owning a cleaning firm and a candle-making enterprise. I don't let my sickness define me. It's not who I am. I'm simply fortunate enough to have it, which makes me unique in a manner, says Tiffany. I had no idea what the remainder of my life would be like until my brother died, I recall. According to Dr. Kim McBride, a clinical geneticist working at Nationwide Children's Hospital in Columbus, Miss Wedekind's situation is very unusual. Tiffany and Chad were introduced to Dr. McBride more than a decade ago, and he got them in touch with experts who were interested in furthering their genetic studies. People with the normal kind of progeria have an extremely low life expectancy, with many dying in their teens, he added, adding that Tiffany's presence at her age was extraordinary. Children with progeria normally seem normal at birth, but signs and symptoms, such as sluggish development and hair loss, begin to show throughout their first year of life. Despite the fact that Tiffany and Chad were aware of their height disparity with their peers as children, neither paid much attention to it until later in life. I was aware that I was different, but I didn't care. All I wanted was to be myself, Tiffany explained. However, it wasn't until Chad began to experience cardiovascular problems and shattered both of his femur bones that medical personnel began to pay attention. Tiffany and her brother were aware of their height disparity in comparison to their friends as children, but neither paid much attention to it until later in life, when Chad began to exhibit behavioral difficulties. It didn't come to anything until my brother started having serious issues, at which point they decided to check out what was wrong. With the exception of my teeth coming out, I wasn't experiencing any issues. Tooth decay is prevalent in persons diagnosed with progeria, as is growth failure, loss of body fat and hair, wrinkled skin, stiff joints, hip dislocation, and heart difficulties, among other symptoms. I don't have many natural teeth anymore, Tiffany said. I started at a very young age since the teeth didn't fall out naturally, so they had to be pulled out. My hair is falling out, and I have minor aortic stenosis in my heart valve, says the patient. The fact that I'm so small causes others to believe they can take advantage of me, but I'm resilient and bounce back quickly. This is clearly a strength of mine, says the author. Benjamin Button sickness is an incredibly uncommon genetic disorder that causes youngsters to age fast and for which there is no known treatment. Also known as Hutchinson-Gilford syndrome, progeria is an incredibly rare genetic illness that causes children to age quickly, beginning in their first 2 years of life and progressing throughout their lives. In Greek, the term prematurely elderly refers to someone who has reached an advanced age. Pregnancy and childbirth are usually uneventful for children with progeria. In the first year, indications and symptoms such as delayed development and hair loss begin to manifest themselves, among other things. The majority of children with progeria die as a result of heart disease or a stroke in their later years. For a kid with progeria, the average life expectancy is around 12 years. However, some children with the condition die early and others survive for 20 years or more. There is currently no cure for progeria. However, recent research indicates that a therapy may be possible. Tiffany considers herself to be quite lucky in comparison to those who suffer from the condition, and she does yoga to maintain a healthy immune system and stay flexible. I am really fortunate, which is why I take excellent care of myself and strive to be proactive rather than reactive. I enjoy dancing and do whatever the opportunity presents itself. I also enjoy spending time with friends and traveling. Tiffany's parents are overjoyed and couldn't be more pleased with their daughter. Her mother, Linda, attributes her daughter's cheerful outlook on life to her. She's had a full life and is self-sufficient. She takes care of her own affairs, Linda explained. I'm quite pleased with her. A go-getter who sets objectives for herself, she is a success. Naturally, after losing their son Chad, Miss Wedekin's parents are fearful that she may suffer the same fate as their son. Naturally, you're concerned on a daily basis. No day goes by that the thought of her doesn't enter my thoughts, but she has the correct attitude and refuses to let anything get in the way of her goals. LMNA, a gene that generates the lamin A protein, which acts as a structural scaffolding to hold the nucleus of a cell together, is mutated in progeria, resulting in the development of the disease. There's something wrong with you, according to experts. A protein causes the nucleus to become unstable, resulting in accelerated aging. Despite the fact that Tiffany's mother is in her 60s and is a carrier of the illness, she doesn't exhibit any symptoms, making her one of the oldest known living persons with progeria according to medical standards. I had a feeling I may be the carrier, Linda explained. The diagnosis was devastating, but we've been working with the Progeria Foundation to ensure that no additional children suffer from the disease. Tiffany is well aware that she's one of a kind in her sickness and that she's able to survive to her old age, but she strives to live as normally as possible. The truth is, I'm not sure if I consider myself to be a miracle. I recognize that I am unique, and I won't deny it since I'm the person that I am. But I am also just like everyone else. According to Tiffany, her most important piece of advice for anyone suffering with the condition is to have your family and friends keep you laughing and try to retain an open heart and an open mind. What I'd suggest is that you try to find something positive in your day to counterbalance whatever's going wrong. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it with someone else who might enjoy it as well. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.